how would you describe your project?
I think what documentary is has really expanded to include a lot of what is maybe considered fiction, you know? So this film has one person who's playing herself and the other person is playing a character.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of truth in it, but there's a lot of like the artifice of storytelling. You know, one person is playing a character while the other person is she's drawing from her own life and just responding in the moment.
Well, I want to know what goes into that brain to create something like this. Where the idea came from? How did you connect with these people?
Vanessa, it's such a long story.
We only have 2 minutes, okay? My hand is gonna get tired.
Yeah. I knew the woman who's like the star. Her name is Marjorie Anapav, and I already had known her for almost 10 years, I think, before we started shooting. And she had this really incredible story. You want me to tell you?
Yes,
I mean, you
yes.
already know some of it, but
No, I love it.
she had like an incredible story, and her story was a very important part of who she was, although I think she couldn't always tell it to people, right? Because it included being a sex worker. So, and, you know, after she stopped being a sex worker, she became a PTA president, and, you know, she taught Sunday school. So she, you know, her story was very important, but she wanted to tell, but she couldn't always tell it. And it involved someone who had been her client paid her $600,000 to marry him in 1980. And we made a book together, she and I, and all the details of her story are in the book. And one detail is that, and I think people really like this, is that when she served him with divorce papers 3 months after they married, he sent her a sheet of signed checks. And he said, every day that you want to leave, and this is in 1980, or maybe it was 1981 by then, write yourself a check for $25,000 and stay another day.
Oh.
So he took 7 days to come back. So that was $175,000, and then she left.
Well,
So-
she didn't love it. Sorry.
So she, you know, she had a story to tell, and
it is a great
so
story.
in our film, she's trying to figure out how that story can become not just something you tell people
Yes.
in a garden and something that you could actually perform on stage. How does it become that kind of a story? And so she's working with a character to try to explore. I met her at a place called the Santa Monica Bay Women's Club, which is a more than 100-year-old women's club in Santa Monica in Los Angeles. Yeah, so she was in her Sunday school PTA vibe when I met her, right? But there's always a lot more to people than what we know. Usually.
And I can tell you're a person that sees that. I don't know. The way you're looking at me, I can
Yeah,
see.
I am.
can
I'm looking
see.
at Vanessa and I'm thinking, what's your story?
Yes, I know. She's like, I'm like,
It's
she
true.
can see through me.
It's true. When she stops recording, I'm going to ask her some questions about herself. It's true. I have questions.
Well, my last thing. I am from Mexico, so I want to know if you have any Spanish words that you can say. You can even curse.
Me encanta México. Me gustaría visitar. Bueno, nunca he ido a la Ciudad de México, pero me gustaría visitar. Y no sé, estaba pensando cómo se traduce one rehearses, the other doesn't. Repasar.
Una ensayo.
Y la otra no. Yeah, una ensaya, la otra no.
I am in shock. I love her. ¿Cuándo vas a hacer una película en español?
Ya he hecho uno bilingüe, en español e inglés, y se trata de, no sé, ancianos que viven en El Paso, Texas. Y es como, y El Paso es una ciudad,
¿Fronteriza?
sí, exacto, muy bilingüe. Entonces, los ancianos que usan los centros públicos para ancianos, muchos son hispanohablantes. Entonces, sí, pueden encontrarlo. Se llama Salidas y Entradas.
Muy bien, la vamos a buscar. Gracias. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media. Adiós.